First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rokah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim and you Aquat to believe in all sincerity. Anti-chippers are the latest group of awful people we now have to worry about. I'm not sure if this is an article, but a brother had posted it in the chat, okay? And as I was reading it, um, it's pretty much what the opposing side feels, okay, about the chip. And then when I mean opposing side, I mean all those that are in favor, okay, for the C-hip, okay. Now I might have to yiquab my way through this article, but nonetheless, this is how they think. All right, so let's read it and get some precepts. Lord willing, this will be edifying. It says, as if these troubling times haven't already encumbered us with enough challenges. They're paranoid, don't believe in science. Many have white supremacist tendencies. And most importantly, they want you to know that C-hip implants are super duper scary. Okay, they're anti-chippers, and they've got literally dozens more brain cells than your average anti-maxer. So what's their deal? All right, it says the C-19 scandemic has the world's most brilliant minds scrambling to find treatments, vaccines, and ways to improve public health going forward. One such savior is Bill Gates, the child-loving philanthropist who founded Microsoft. His proposal is to put a teeny tiny piece of silicone under everyone's skin to improve lives by reducing healthcare costs and keeping track of the unhealthy. Now, what could possibly be bad about health professionals and doctors keeping Americans safe and healthy? You'd be surprised or not. So right off the bat, they're saying a lot. Okay, they're saying a lot. All right, and this is the consensus, okay, of those who are with this wicked agenda that Esau's laying out right before our eyes. All right, they think that the most brilliant minds are at work for treatments, for the scandemic. All right, the number 19. The brilliant minds got the vaccines going, and they're trying to improve public health. All right, they mentioned Bill Gates and how he's trying to put a piece of silicone under everyone's skin to improve lives. I mean, come on. You see, this is their belief now. Real quick, reminds me of the scripture in Psalm 64, and this is impromptu. Okay, this is I came across this real quick, and I just couldn't believe this type of article. Okay, and what was written in it, and that's probably why they didn't put their name on it. But this is Psalm 64 and 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities and accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So whoever wrote this is obviously encouraging those who are with, okay, this secret council of the wicked, you see, because they're laying snares privily, right? They don't put their name on the article. I don't see no name, all right? And they're basically, calling those that are against this wicked counsel, they're calling them sea theorists. They're calling them paranoid. All right, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. You see, and for them to, big up Bill Gates, this must be an article for the elite. All right, and as you see at the top, that's the website. All right, I'm not too sure what this is all about, but there's no name on this article. Okay, it doesn't say who wrote it. But anyways, let's continue reading. It says that anti-Shamitic origin of anti sea hippers. When you examine the undercurrent of the anti-sea hipper movement, one horror realization towers above all others. Anti-Shamitism is festering at the root of this evil. Now I'm gonna jump down. It says one of the leading voices of the anti-sea hippers movement is none other than Kanye West, who said they want to put sea hips inside of us in an interview with Forbes. Take note here. Kanye said they want to put sea hips inside of us. Who is they? In this case, West clarified the word they is coded language for the J-Cats. Okay, the small hat, big nose people in 2022. Interview with radical far right extremist Tim Pool. All right, so now this article starts speaking about Kanye. Okay, calling out the you wish people, right? So this article says a lot, although it's unnamed. You see, so they're wanting to say that those that are against the sea hip are really anti-Shamitic. Okay, so let's continue. A lot is being said. In the interview with Forbes, West also said that sea hips are the MOTB. And they want to put sea hips inside of us. They want to do all kinds of things to make it where we can't cross the gates of heaven. This appeal to religion, while perhaps innocuous to the untrained ear, is truly anti-Shamitic in nature. When you consider who is saying it, West, like other Shamites, often invoke religions like Christianity or Islam as a way to exclude the 1948ers. In other words, West is implying that the you wish want to microchip Christians to keep them from going to heaven, which also implies that the Jays go to hell. This is an idea shared among many anti-sea hippers. Okay, so you see what they're doing here. They're obviously Kanye is so-called Negro, and they're trying to paint a narrative on him that what he's saying is out there, when really there's some truth to what he's saying, although he's not a prophet. He's not a man of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai as of yet. Some of the things he said are exposing what these the Jewish people are doing, the Imalakites. Okay, this is West isn't the only prominent anti-sea hipper. There are also figures like extreme far right, ultra-nationalist radical Alex Jones, who has entertained dangerous anti-sea hipping ideas for at least a decade. For example, one article published on InfoWars claims that Israeli politician Benjamin Netanyahu proposed the MOTB after he suggested that children should have sea hips for perfectly reasonable safety reasons. According to J-Post, Netanyahu said, every person, every kid I want in on Kids First would have a sensor that would sound an alarm when you get too close, like the ones on cars. Okay, so these sea hips, they're gonna have a lot of different functions on them. Okay, it says Netanyahu's proposal was completely understandable, but it wasn't enough. Oh, so they're saying it was understandable. It's understandable to put sea hips into kids like they do in cars. Okay. This is insane. This is but it was enough for Alex Jones, who happens to platform fellow anti-Shamite Kanye West, to stir up anti-Shamite fear-mongering about the Jewish MOTB. And it's not a coincidence that Jones put on a target on Netanyahu, who is the most prominent J-Cat man in the world. Okay, so they're throwing a lot of words out here, right? So supposedly Kanye West is stirring up fear mongering about the 1948ers and the MOTB that they want to put into kids, right? What do you say? Every person, every kid. I want in on kids first, right? It says implants are inevitable, but that's a good thing. Whether you like it or not, chances are you will voluntarily get the C hip implants. And if you don't, your children will get the C hip implants. Why wouldn't they? Question mark. There's nothing nefarious about advancements in health technology, and implants will become a normal part of everyday life, and it will be overall a net positive for humanity. Okay, so you see the narrative they're pushing in this article. Okay, whether you like it or not, chances are you will voluntarily get the C hip. Well, that's not true. Okay, the scriptures say there are some that will not bow the knee. Okay, all right. Some are not going to bow the knee to the image of the beast, you see, or his number, or his mark. All right. There's nothing nefarious about advancements in health technology. Implants will become a normal part of everyday life, and it will be overall a net positive for humanity. Okay, so let's get some scripts. All right. The thing is, whether this person who wrote this, because obviously it was written, right? It was typed or whatever you want to call it, and put on this website, knows or not, all right? This person, whether this person knows it or not, you know, the C hip is the MOTB. Okay, we know the Amalekites like Netanyahu are pushing it, and rightfully so, because they are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. All right, the nation of Esau, Edom. Okay, so whether this person knows or not, ultimately you can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. And there's a lot of words that can strike up, you know, debate in this article. But this is Job 12:16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. Okay, so if this person is, truly for this, they're deceived. Okay, and the deceived and the deceiver, okay, are in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see, so if this person is really just deceiving, okay, or is deceived, hey, it's all in the hands of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The Lord knows who the Lord knows whose are His, and anyone pushing this rhetoric, anyone pushing this is obviously of the wicked, okay, because I don't see no name on the article, okay, so we're coming down to the point where this is going to be made mandatory, you see. And when I read it, I felt like it was an article for the elite. It was something out of the elite, the elite times, right? A straight, I want to get this. If John 16:2, they shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth the Most High service. There's some people that are so deceived, okay, in their belief that they feel that if they killed you, they would actually be doing the service of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's how deceived people are. Okay, even the scriptures say the pride of his heart has deceived him. Him that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks. So these Edomites that are pushing this are deceived. They're deceived to thinking that the Lord is like them. Okay, they come to believe their lies, and their little minions that push these articles and write this stuff. They claim that there's nothing nefarious, okay, about the C hip, and that putting it in your children is the way to go. Okay, they're totally out there, you see. And you got some Jakes, you got some people out there, of our nation that'll actually are going for all this. They think that it's making life easier. Okay, but If anyone lays a hand on you, hey, and you be of the elect, they're laying their hands on the apple of the Most High's eye. You see, and some people think that that if they were to do you in, they're doing the Most High service. We're coming to these times where people actually think like this. Okay, like what's written in this article. Currently, C-hips implants are already being developed and used to control prosthetic limbs. Okay. C-hips are also used in some patients with Parkinson's to help detect tremors. C-hips implants will soon be used to alert doctors to impending heart attacks. According to the experts, the proliferation of this technology is inevitable. Right? It's all in the making. They've been making it. All right. It's they're just ready to unleash. Okay, what brothers have been speaking about, the fourth industrial revolution, where man and computer will be merged. Movies like Minority Report, you have smart traffic, smart cities. Okay, and smart governments are going to be implemented. Minority Report, as I mentioned, was a movie where uh, Tom Cruise was walking, okay, and I guess you would say like a shopping plaza, if you will, and all kinds of images popped up and knew his name and was reading his iris, reading his eye, and a bunch of ads popped up. There was an ad for Guinness beer, all right, and so all this is this technology is inevitable. They got it, and it's coming soon, very soon. All right, and people are gonna go for it, okay, because there's so-called quote unquote health benefits to the C hip and the technology that is coming with it. It says, be honest with yourself. Are you callous enough to suggest that people with prosthetic limbs can't cross the gates of heaven because they have a C hip? You see, this type of rhetoric right here is extremely, you know, it's guile. You see, it's cunning intelligence, right? It says, as microchips become normalized, it also seems natural that more services, news, and entertainment will be accessible via a network on the C hip. And eventually, certain services will be only accessible via a C hip, which means that those who refuse to get a C hip will be left out of these services. It would be like not having an internet connection in 2022 and relying only on VHS tapes and a VCR. Right, right. And this is why we tell people that the C hip is the MOTB, which Revelation 13 and 16 speaks about, that he causes all, both small and great, all right, to receive the Marcus, all right, in the right hand or in the forehead. You see? And if you don't, you won't, you won't be able to buy or sell. Okay, and it's not the mark of Cain. It's not an embargo. It's not sleeping with white women. It's not sin. It's not something that philosophy in your brain. No, it's an actual C hip, and as you see here, it's going to be inevitable. You're gonna see in that day. There's not gonna be no question. Okay, when they tell you, you see that services can only be accessed if you have the C hip. That day's gonna come, and it's gonna be made known, okay, throughout the whole world. You see, there's not gonna be no questions. Okay, so I want to get a couple scriptures about this is Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Okay? And those people that think that, okay, that you can't get to heaven, okay, having a C hip, okay, or in other words, those that took the C hip, okay, to work a prosthetic limb, are not going to make it to heaven. That is calling evil good and good evil, and that's putting darkness for light and light for darkness, putting bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto you, woe unto all of you who try to make an evil thing, you know, try to make light of it, okay? Who don't want to teach it, who don't want to expose it, you see, because the scriptures say that those that take it will be tormented in the presence of the Lamb and the holy angels. They will be cast into the lake of fire, you see. So, the Lord destroyed the earth and water one time, okay, and he vowed, to never destroy it in water, but he said that he would do it, with fire. You see, and he can do that. He is righteous and just to do that, because this sea hip is basically, open rebellion. They're basically trying to, you know, to brand you, as one of their servants, one of their slaves, and they're going to use technology and all manner of enticing devices and making life easier, celebrities, and they're going to try to make this whole lifestyle, change and be technologically advanced, and many are going to fall for it. You see, but woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. I couldn't believe this article. That's why in my bookmarks I just put it on the top, SMH. I titled this folder SMH, which means shake my head. But yeah, woe unto you that call evil good and good evil. Let's see, Proverbs 12:19. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Right, these lies are but for a moment, but the truth is going to be established, and that day it shall be known there was a prophet among them. Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil. Okay, so really, this evil that they're calling good, okay, it's really deep down, it's deceit. Okay, so what they're saying is deceitful, because they're ultimately imagining to brand Jake, to deceive Jake, because they have been rejected. They want, this, there's a saying in the world that misery loves company, and Edom, okay, is hurt. He's hurt that he was supplanted out of this birthright, but really he despised his birthright. And this was all the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which takes me back to the first scripture. The deceived and the deceiver are his. This is the counsel of the Heavenly Father. So ultimately they, as brothers say, starting with the apostles, they're in the trick bag. Okay. Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil, but to the counselors of peace is joy. Okay. And ultimately we have joy that we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Okay. So let's go. Let's see. Let's go back. Even putting aside the benefits of convenience, C-hip implants will offer other benefits like a sharp decrease in crime. Just like pets and farm animals that are given C-hips to track their movement, humans with C-hips will be awarded the same benefit. Crime and disappearances will fade away into distant history and be viewed with disgust as we view the medieval world now. Admittedly, this form of crime fighting might have some systematic racism attached to it, so the future of this particular feature is uncertain. What is certain is that C-hip implants will eventually be able to fight evil misinformation like racism and anti-Shemitism as its very core. This is in the brain of you see the word here, I'm sort of saying it, and racists. So the C-hip implant will eventually be able to fight against evil misinformation of the small hats. Fact checkers and medical professionals will finally be able to interrupt blatantly evil thoughts before they can manifest into stochastic or domestic terrorism. And make no mistake, this is why anti-seepers are obnoxiously fighting tooth and nail to prevent progress. Wow. So the future holds a promise of a world without hate, poverty, and dehumanizing struggle, but it can't happen if we don't resist the anti-sea-hipper dystopia. You see? So this is what is being pushed, okay, on the internet. And this isn't hate speech at all. No. If anything, this is that we're preventing progress, those that are against, okay, the CHIP, okay? And it's funny that they're saying that it's anti 1948, or anti small hat big nose people, you know, because really they're the ones pushing it. So you know, and they know what it is to the core. They're just trying to paint this pretty picture and everything, but the scriptures speak about this, and it's prophecy. Okay, that those that bow the knee, okay, and take the Marcus are going to be destroyed. Okay, so Lord willing, I crawled my way through that, and you could understand what I was saying. Uh, this is Psalms 38:12. They also that seek after my life lay snares for me, because that's really what they're doing. The scriptures say that the Lord would have war with Amalek from generation to generation, and here we are picking it up in this last generation. Once again, the war. Okay, the war between the house of Israel and Amalek. Okay, which they're saying that we're anti big, small hat big nose. But really, where are the Israelites? You know, they also that seek after my life lay snares for me. Yeah, and that's how Amalek is. Okay, that's how Esau Edom is. They lay snares, right? Let's see what a snare is. Snare.
Strong's H 5367. Nakash. Nakash.
Figuratively, to catch. Right, they think they're gonna catch us slipping. Okay, but they're not. Okay, Lord willing, the Lord, keeps the spirit upon us, but they're not gonna catch, the elect, in line to take the sea hip. They also that seek after my life lay snares for me, and they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things and imagine deceits all the day long. Right, because they know that if you take that, you're ultimately going to be a proverb and a reproach to them, because they're going to laugh and say, oh, you know, the truth has come out that y'all are the true Jews, the true Israelites, and here you are taking the sea hip, you know. And they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things and imagine deceits all the day long. Right. This is mischief, madness, and a deceit, and this is what they encourage each other all the day long in this evil matter. It's you know they're going hard, on the left hand side. Okay. It says let's get this, Psalms 141:9. Keep me from the snares which they have laid for me, and the gins of the workers of iniquity. Let the wicked fall into their own nets, whilst that I withal escape. Yeah, let them fall at their own traps. You see? Because ultimately, okay, they're going to fall and be accused by their own devices, by the same wicked counsel that they are pushing, the lies, that we're paranoid and that we're seed theorists and that we're not the true Israelites and that we're, bad mouthing these old decrepit white devils. Really, it's going to be found out that what we were saying was true. So let the wicked fall into their own nets. Let them be caught while we escape. Okay, let them be judged. Let them be burned.
Strong's H 4364. Mechmar. Mechmar. Second entry. Machmor. Machmor.
Right. So a snare is a net. What do you do with a net? You catch, something, and they're trying to catch. Okay, Jake. You know, the Israelites. Let's see. Let's get this and then we'll end it out. Proverbs 12:21. There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. Let's see. Khan, this was just a little impromptu. Mischief.
Strong's H 7451. Ra. Ra. And second entry. Ra. Ra.
Right.
And third entry. Ra'ah. Ra'ah.
Right. Evil, distress, misery, injury, calamity. Yeah, let them be filled with distress, misery, injury, and calamity. But the just, ain't no evil's gonna ultimately happen to them. You see, the Lord is going to deliver the righteous. Okay, 22. Lying lips are abomination to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but they that deal truly are His delight. Yeah, they that deal truly are His delight. A prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. And this is a bunch of foolishness. Okay, the way that this is written. Okay, this has to be, elitist, propaganda bullshit. You know. But Lord willing, this was edifying. I had a Yaiquab my way through that article. Lord willing, it made sense. Okay, and I just want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Ruach Kodash, Brakatham. Okay, to the apostles and the sincere Akim. All right. Yeah, we're fighting a battle of a rhetoric that just it makes no sense. Okay, to us it makes sense, but to others, they see this as some new thing, you know. But the Lord got something for these devils. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.